We also finished Detroit Become Human last night.
It's true.
Yeah?
They were crying like babies.
What did you end up doing?
Killing everyone.
Are you ever going to play the game?
Detroit?
Yeah. Oh, you've seen playthroughs of it. Man.
I've seen playthroughs
So
of it.
I got everything right except Alice died at the end on the beach at Canada.
Of Normandy.
And that's like literally the revolution went peacefully. Connor became a deviant, all that
He
stuff.
kissed a dude.
And
Or a chick, technically.
Connor didn't. No, it was Marcus.
Yeah.
Different people.
No, same
But
thing.
literally
Same thing.
on the boat, like I didn't get to take the train or anything. Like I had to go across the river because you know Adam's all like, "Yeah, I'll help you guys," and I returned the train ticket that I did get and everything.
You should have taken the train.
And I get across, like, and the boat just comes out of nowhere and starts, like, gunning down all the different, like, raft boats of the androids.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the option of either hiding, protecting Alice, plunging, or surrendering.
Should have protected.
Yeah. I was like, I should have put myself in front of Alice.
You monster.
And then it didn't occur to me that she had gotten shot until a few moments later when we were trying to loosen weight on the ship. And then I ended up pushing the ship by myself, almost freezing to death in the river.
And then
we get to the other side, and she does the whole, "I'm tired, I'm going to go to sleep now." And I'm over here, like, about to just sob furiously. And now I'm thinking about it, and it's making me a little sad.
Should have gone for Total Robot Takeover.
Really surprised when it turns out that she was a robot.
Yeah.
So were they?
I kind of saw it coming, honestly.
Good for you, because I didn't. So,
I was blind.
yeah.
I had no idea.
I cared for that child
I
so
know
much.
I know enough other games.
Mhm.
Yeah, you haven't played it that way. You'll
Correct.
experience it.
Hello and welcome to the Blue Eclipse podcast, everyone. We didn't say this last time, or you know what? We can do it in whatever order we want. We have a new gaming table. You'll notice that this is not the gaming side of the table. This is the cover of it. And if you
Yeah,
notice paint on me or Tyler, it's because we were recently painting our new studio.
I did take a dip in the pool, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some parts of me that are painted somewhere.
And that is coming along nicely, as well as hopefully at this point, whenever this podcast comes out, we will have some audio podcasts you guys can listen to. So just make sure to check that out. All right, announcements out of the way. I am Frank Joseph Hall.
I'm Zachary Richard Duncan.
Thomas Spence, man.
I am Jeffrey Todd Bassett II.
Jeffrey! I'm acting surprised because, again, I don't know what order we're doing these in.
Very true. I should have just started out. My name Jeff.
Fun fact, I knew a guy in college named Jefferson
Really?
with a Y.
That is incredible.
I thought it was a joke. I thought everyone was making a joke, and then they weren't.
And then I realized they were entirely serious.
So, Jeff, you are a fan of the podcast, you know?
I very much am, yes.
I only know that because you text me after you watched various
Mhm.
of them.
What was your favorite podcast?
At the moment, my favorite podcast is...
This podcast that will come out after the podcasts that are
my favorite podcast is The Interview with Evan.
I enjoy that one too.
Mhm.
Mainly because we blindsided Evan, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Just like, first of all, why'd you come do an interview in a hoodie? That doesn't matter. Anyway, that was great. I enjoyed it, especially when Tyler started jumping in, ruining the interview.
Yep.
Yeah. No. So yeah.
That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of favorites, Jeffrey, you actually have a topic.
I do, yeah. So my topic was we talk about our favorite memory.
Oh, you're not going to elaborate while I'm taking a drink?
I can't, sorry.
I'm going to throw an S at the end of that because I got a couple that are a good
How
contender.
dare you?
I guess, yeah.
No, that's fair. I think that's simple and straightforward enough.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
I have no idea. So
Also,
someone
you
else
know,
can
it needs to be like 30 minutes. So
roughly.
True.
You know, we can go a little more, a little
I
less.
feel like we can go like a little more into detail into the specific memory,
That's true.
but you know.
So, Jeff, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll absolutely start. So this topic actually came to me because earlier this week, a really big hit of nostalgia came through. I was just listening to some music, and Montezuma by Fleet Foxes came on, and it was actually Evan that introduced me to them, and it really reminded me of the times when, like, my group with Evan, it was me, Evan, Hannah, Leah, and Jake. I know you know all of them. You probably know all of them. Tyler, unfortunately, you're kind of out of the loop.
Yeah, how dare you?
But we had
Oh no.
Get out.
we had our own little group, and almost every day we'd all come over to my house, and everyone would bring over their instruments. At certain points, we'd yell out to Alexa and tell her to just play like random songs. We should take turns. It was really great.
Yeah, we definitely don't do that at this house. Definitely don't yell, hey Google, do this.
It'll hear you.
I know, and we'll get copywritten so they do it.
No, but yeah, and so like that was such a freeing point in my life. Like I really didn't have to worry about anything.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I was still planning on joining the Marines. And I was only working part-time, so I was getting like 20 hours a week at Publix, which was decent. I was making enough to...
Yeah, it's enough to sustain, but not so much you hate the place.
Yeah. And so like it just makes me like yearn for that type of day again. And I remember one of my favorite things. So Leah was trying to teach me how to play guitar. I had bought... I have no musical... Like I can sing okay. At least that's what I've been told. I think I sing horribly, but I have no musical talent at all, so I cannot play an instrument for my life. But everyone else there could, and so I was gonna have Evan try to teach me, but he plays left, and I'm right-handed. So Leah,
sorry. Just because you said he plays left, and I'm like, wait, what
That's
do you
funny.
have to do?
Wait a minute. That's not
welcome back to the D&D podcast.
Oh, we'll get to that. Continue.
But yeah, so Leah started teaching me, and she taught me a few chords. I believe that's what it's called.
Correct.
And I remember I played those over and over and over again, just trying to get good at it. And they were always my best friends. I knew no matter what I could call on them. And you guys have kind of taken that role now.
Wow, I love being the optional. Not kidding. Well, I guess I need other friends. Hi, Frank.
No, that group
Yeah.
splintered a little while ago.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
As a guy who was at high school and then was like, oh, all of my friends are staying at high school. I go to college. That sucks.
Yep.
And then you go through the exact same process at college. All of my friends are going off into random things because they got opportunities, and I have to go back home.
Yep.
And then you meet other people, and you're like, oh, okay. So yeah, that's I think a big learning experience is the fact that you have to understand that people leave your life not because they're negative or that they don't like you, just that it happens.
Yeah.
And you got to be okay with it. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and then sometimes they come back in your life with a sledgehammer.
Ooh,
Not naming any names.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
that ain't
It's
it.
like, we haven't talked in for.
Yeah, that hasn't happened to me. So.
Really? Yeah, that kind of happened a year ago. With because you were very into one thing, and then that one thing was gone, and then you're like, hey.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so that was a summary of my favorite memory.
I gotta think because a lot of mine are probably D&D related. So
Tyler, you
That's
got
fair.
one, or should I go?
Well, I got a couple. Yeah, you can go at any time.
well, I was saying we can go back and forth. You don't have to do
Yeah.
all of them at once.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
remember? All right.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. I'll do the band one, really. The band related one.
Nice.
Which, funnily enough, we were literally talking about this earlier
It's
today.
true. We were explaining because in fact, Tyler and I were all in high school marching bands, but Dalton Plumley, Evan's younger brother, was not. So we got to explain to him a bunch
Maybe I
of
have to
stuff.
explain a bunch of stuff, but I was talking about
Yeah.
that one of the highest moments of euphoria or enjoyment that I've ever experienced, and one of my favorite memories was from my junior year
Messy.
in high school in our outdoor marching show. We did the Hunger Games.
Technically, Tyler, what was the name of the show? Maybe odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah, maybe odds be ever in your
It's so we couldn't technically get copywritten.
favor. But all the
That'll
music was-
stop them.
Yeah, but all the music was Muse.
In fact, I think
All
all of it
four
but
songs.
one song was from the same album.
Yep.
And then Newborn was the only one off of that, not off the album.
Yep.
But it was everyone loved the music. It was
Yeah.
great.
And the fourth piece was Resistance.
Da, 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 da.
And the front ensemble, normally it's in the front of the field, we'd actually made up the cornucopia in the center of the field with
It was
the
really
mics
cool.
and everything.
It was also cool just to be like, yeah, we're different. That's right. We're gonna be super artistic and have in the
but
middle
see,
of the field.
it's not only that, but also our pit is the best pit.
They're really good.
Literally, our front ensemble was incredible compared to a lot of the other schools, especially in our area. How much more we were doing
Part of that's
because we had to
because
carry over the fact that we didn't have a march, we didn't have a drum line.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we set the tempo for everything.
Yeah.
So the fourth song, Resistance, normally is at a tempo of 160 beats a minute.
That's pretty, like, let that be known. That's actually pretty fast.
It's on the quicker side.
Yeah.
But, when the marimba players have to start off with 16th notes, then they all have to be in sync right at the beginning. You're excited, tend to rush.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure at State we played that song at least 190, if not 200.
We talked about this. The entire band at that point was always like, "Let's go!"
Yeah, 3 songs in. Yeah, especially after the third piece was a ballad.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of slows down a bit. Which I loved that ballad.
Yeah.
But I remember the moment of staring up into the crowd at finals, or not at finals, but at State.
Yeah.
And looking at all the other keyboard players around me, all of us vibing at the same time, literally not even because we practiced so hard, not having to look at the boards, being able to just perfectly play everything and practiced up to this moment.
Yeah.
And we're all just in the moment basically carrying the entire song from the beginning and going through. And like we were talking about earlier, I think State was our best performance.
Yeah, so that's actually very rare in marching band. You're lucky if Steve is like top 3 performances of, because you perform a lot. Like you're going to perform at every football game more than likely, and then you're also going to perform at like 7 different competitions.
Yep.
So like State's not always your best run through.
Yep.
But that was 100% the entire band's best
run through for everybody.
100%.
And we killed it.
And we still didn't make finals.
Yeah, but that's because we were too artsy.
I will say
too high concept.
Yeah. Yeah, we were a lot more abstract with our theming.
And there were some things we probably could have cleaned up, but that's everything.
Yeah. So we were a lot more abstract in like this person's Katniss and this person's Katniss. Who's this guy on the baritone? I don't know. He's somebody.
Peter.
Sure. Even though he dies, I think.
Why not?
Sure.
Anyways.
Not sure.
So in a similar vein.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'd say that's one of my all-time favorite members.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few others, but
in a similar vein, keeping it on the band, I have 2 real quick. First one is my freshman year. We made it to finals.
Yeah,
We were the first.
right?
Yep, we were the first group in Lake Center or Marion County to make it to finals ever, and it was like awesome.
Ever.
And like we made it, and I was a freshman, like, this is amazing. And everyone's like, yeah, you're gonna keep doing really great. We're never gonna not be in finals after this. And that following year, we didn't even block, which it put you in a better position. And then we got like 12th. We got like
Sure
3rd place the year before, and then that year.
I think that was
That was your freshman
my
year.
freshman year.
So it was funny that was Reflections with the sparkly hand.
Yeah, so I got to come in
That's
right
so
after apparently
creepy.
their like best performance, like best
Yeah,
year ever.
I will say that was stupid because everyone kept being like, we were so good last year, and like that ruins it. Like I want to enjoy this year, and
Yeah,
you guys
also-
keep thinking about the previous year. Shut up.
Also, everyone was
Yeah.
upset that it was like not a darker show.
Yeah,
because
and then
because
we
the one
didn't
that went
block.
to state finals was literally called Apocalypse.
It was really fun. I'm not gonna lie. A bomb blew up and killed us all. It was great. But yeah, that was annoying. But I mean, the actual fact that I got to perform, like, there's still feeling about it because you go to the Tropicana Dome. I don't think anymore, unfortunately. They lost it. Like the Tropicana Field's
Dome
not.
is cool.
Yeah, but like there was this really cool effect of it would be pitch black at night. Then you go into the field and it's bright lights, and then you run the show, and then you forget what time it is because like you're just in the zone, and you leave. You're like, oh, how long did we perform for? But it was a really cool feeling. Quick one. This is a little mean, but it's hilarious. So for state, they have all the bands in the class together, and they will announce them in no particular order. So what my junior year,
Yeah, I know where this one's going.
all of the people, literally all the upperclassmen except me were on the field because I was not a leader in band. I had no position. So I got to call everyone to attention because again I had no band leadership. And another school that we will not name. Well, I have to name because it's part of the joke. Easter Edge. No. It's not a dig at you. It's great. So they're going through the top 5. They're like in no particular order. It was in alphabetical order. In no particular order. Here are the top 5 bands that will make it to the finals. This one, this one, this one, this one, and then they get to the 5th band. East. And you see them standing up. They're like, yeah, this is us. This is River. The guy literally said it like East River. Like I was like, that is such a jerk thing to say. That was so mean. And then like, I'm not gonna lie, it was hilarious. It was really. And then the sad part is they got 6th place.
Mm.
Yeah, there was this whole conspiracy theory that they had too, where they were like, oh, they got our pictures mixed up, which means they got our scores mixed up. 100%. That's what happened. We should have been in finals. And I'm like, no, the company that takes your pictures is not related to the people who do your scoring. That's not the same. That's not how that works.
Oh, dude,
So from the fact that I don't like, what is it called when you take joy in other people's pain?
Commiserate.
No, Schadenfreude. Schadenfreude.
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's that. I don't normally like that, but that was a pretty good
I mean,
fun.
I do. But, you know,
When you enjoy someone else's.
Yes. Exactly.
Wait, real quick, because of the band thing.
Yeah.
So my senior year for indoor, when we won,
That was pretty good.
dude.
I was there when you won.
No, because they started calling it out, and we didn't think like at the time that we were like, you know, like we thought we had a really good run, but like we didn't realize we were gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
So when they started calling out the names, and they got to like 4th place or whatever, and they still hadn't called our name, and we were like,
I remember that.
we're like all just like, because we kept talking to each other, we were like, don't move, don't say anything, don't celebrate, nothing, just wait it out.
Second place.
And then they called 2nd place, and they said the other school's name that wasn't ours, and we just stood there, and we were just like,
The professionalism in our band, our high school band, was phenomenal.
the culture.
It was great.
amazing.
We straight up one time we went to a workshop after, and I think this is another thing. We went to a workshop where they were gonna like show us the performance, analyze what we could do better, and we had to establish a thing of like, oh, when we put our instruments down, let's make them look uniform and look nice. And so we come in to this tech shop and it's inside, and we just start doing that. And the guy's like, okay, first of all, before I even get started explaining, that's amazing, that's awesome. The fact that you guys are just willing to make it, you would like put your instruments down, look good. That's great. Anyway, let's continue. And I was like, it was cool.
Yeah, but being able to hold that like pride
Yeah.
right before being announced as like the winner of, especially because it was only our 2nd year ever doing indoor.
I was saying it's like my senior year in the Hunger Games show where we won grand champion and we were like, what? Yeah. Or the similar feeling where we were at Tarpon Springs and we only won like one of the the best awards.
But
and
we
we're
were
like,
still
oh, we're gonna get third. And it's like we're gonna get 4th place. They didn't call 4th place. It wasn't us. 3rd. No. We got 2nd. What?
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. All right, so Zach, sorry, we had to go on our band.
Yeah, no.
That's literally 4 years of your life.
No problem.
Continue.
I think I have 2 answers for this question, and the first one I think everyone can kind of relate to, which is like the ignorance of childhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
No, I was always smart.
like kid until like early teen sort of age, like until basically 15, of not having to worry about anything, and not having to worry about money,
I
and
miss that so much.
the world's at your feet basically. You know, you can just do whatever, and you can get away with a lot more as a teenager. But at the same time, I look back on that time and think, well,
I was about to say it's weird because I don't have like a strong attachment to that time in my life.
You look at it completely different.
Yeah. But you know, emotional trauma. That's not the topic of this conversation. Happy memories, happy thoughts.
Yeah. My trauma didn't hit until later teens.
I was college.
Yeah, but,
Mine is right now.
But anyway, yeah, I have another viewpoint of it. That wasn't a great time. I mean, I was goofing off. I was doing stupid things. I was lighting things on fire and stealing stuff. So like, it wasn't a good place to be, and I believed in legalism, so I wasn't really in my faith. And that, of course, later teens came, and that came crumbling down. I guess, like the fondest memories I have.
So quick thing for people who don't know, legalism is the idea that you earn your way into heaven.
Yeah,
cool. All right,
it's wrong.
Because then when you mess up, it's bad. Spoil bad.
Or when something randomly bad happens.
Yeah, because it's the idea that like, all of my good things happen to me because I do good things. Nope. Yeah. You know, sometimes life just sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can suck, and then you don't realize, it can suck worse now. Ooh.
This can't get any worse.
It can always get worse. It can always get worse.
It gets piled up now. But yeah.
I'm waiting for the happy memory.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm getting to that.
Sorry, I had it.
But yeah, I think my fondest memories, or rather, like my favorite time of my life, has been far more recently, sort of after getting out of the bad spot, out of the bad season in my life, and sort of refinding my faith and making it my own.
Yeah.
Getting closer to the friends that I already have and making new friends.
Sunny day.
Yeah, and discovering D&D, and then getting obsessed with that.
Oh, you're implying you're no longer obsessed with it.
Well, yeah.
Not as much. Yeah, I get you.
There was a time where it was going nuts, to where it's like, okay,
No,
like, this continent I'm developing over here, I'm going to change the currency over there, and no.
You actually need this complicated flowchart to play my game.
But, yeah, I think more recently now, it's probably the best time for me at the moment. I mean, of course, there's hard stuff with family and with health and, my back, but the goods outweigh the bad right now, which is really nice.
So your one of your favorite memories is right now?
Not like at the, well, I mean...
Yeah, like the feeling of now.
The feeling of now, like within the last, 3
So like what Jeff was
years.
talking about, but it's more now. Like he didn't per se have a favorite memory.
Like a very specific thing that happened. For me, it's a very specific moment in time that I remember very clearly. Whereas
But you two, it's been.
If I can think of like a specific moment, it was probably the first session or two of D&D of like Orman, like killing, like
It's
the
all
shock,
Hannah's fault.
the shock of it.
As much as she's gonna blame it on Evan too, it's not.
Hannah, you killed the continent.
Oh, I've developed for that guy far more, but you guys just
Just,
don't worry, it'll get there. Oh, it'll get there.
just like the start of it was
Yeah.
just so much fun,
It
and
was.
I knew right then it's like, this is something I need to do now. This is something I want to do now. Like for a long time, I haven't really found like my passion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for a while, I thought video games. I like this, and it didn't go beyond liking it, though.
Mhm.
Like, I don't quite. I think maybe at some point I loved video games, but now it's sort of fallen away a bit more. I still play, but it's not the best thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
As
get
far
it.
as hobbies go.
I can't relate to the falling out of love with video games thing. But
Oh, I know.
I mean, I can try.
I think maybe it's because I've played like some bad games in my time, or gotten
Not
bored,
bad games,
Okay.
just make it all the better.
or like
Because then you can compare them to the great games, and you're like,
it could also be that
Yeah.
I'm burnt out on it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there was always a social aspect to video games, but now I get that with board gaming and D&D, so I don't really.
Yeah, D&D is
Yeah.
way more social,
Oh, I
which
love
I
it so
love. I love
much.
the social aspect of it.
I mean, in some aspects, but I mean, you never rated in WoW. That's a social experience. It's,
Have you ever? Have
I
you
don't know if
ever,
I'd say pleasant, but
have
it's
you
there.
ever critted on a boss in the best opportune moment, and then got to describe how you killed it?
Not in WoW. No.
That's what I
Oh,
found.
trust me, it's pretty fun.
Actually, Tyler did get that. He chose the crit.
I've spent time with friends.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Like 100.
You have another one, Tyler?
I do. So, this is actually related to my last relationship, and it was the first time that we went to Disney together on Valentine's Day. Because it was.
I don't think you need to explain any more than that,
Yeah,
honestly.
I could just literally
It's pretty-
say that. Like,
First of all, it's Disney.
yeah,
Second
first of all, I was like, 18, first time going to Disney. Like, well, not
Everyone
my
knows now
first
hit
time
the
ever
marks.
going to Disney, but like, yeah, I could just leave it at that. It was a Valentine's Day experience at Disney in my first relationship,
Yeah.
and it was amazing.
No, Disney knows what to do. Listen,
pretty
as
decent.
much as we might make jokes about the corporation that is slowly swallowing every entertainment thing ever,
I love Disney. Are you
Disney
kidding me?
knows how to make you. Disney knows what they're doing.
They know
Absolutely, yeah.
They're good.
I had my annual pass for years for a reason. I don't go there because I don't,
You don't
I might be
know.
disillusioned with capitalist society, but that doesn't mean that I don't love me some Disney. Right?
Yeah. I will say one of my favorite moments. It's going back to D&D, and it's very recent. One of my favorite memories. Context for the group. So Evan had played a bard called a left-handed hummingbird. You were gonna be like, oh, so he was a hummingbird? No, he was a cat. Don't ask me why.
Don't think about it too hard. 'Cause
D&D.
I'm sure Evan didn't.
No, he didn't. He literally, I was like, okay, here's some names for tabaxi. Left-handed hummingbird. That one. All right. And so that was his first character, and it was just like 4 people back in the days when it was 4 and not 8. And it was, just having a good time. We're fighting this dude. Oh, we got arrested. It's fine. We'll just try by combat with the bard as the fighter. This will be great. Oh, he's dead. All right, well, now let's escape and then never bring his body because he's dead. So his character died, tragically. Don't blame me, blame the dice. And then he rolled in a new character, yada, yada, yada. A bunch of stuff happened. Long story short, they're in a place called the Shadowfell. Fun times all around, 100%. They definitely don't have to make rolls to not go insane. Definitely not. And there's definitely not physically fighting an embodiment of depression.
And there's definitely somebody in the party who did not want to go to the Shadowfell and is now stuck, dragged along as a different character in the Shadowfell than doing the plot that they were interested in. No, that's not in this game at all.
She made some mistakes. Jill chose her fate.
Yeah, she did.
So anyway. So I was like, okay, I'm playing this bad guy who can emotionally and mentally mess up everybody. But I also know that these players right now are playing a lot of the characters as themselves. So how can I mess with the players more than, per se, the characters? I thought for about 2 seconds before I'm like, well, let me bring back his character. Because that is my go-to. Oh, your character died. Well, it's a shame that you're gonna have to now fight them. Happens a lot.
Evan was so surprised when you handed him the character.
Man, that was part of the fun. So yeah, so basically, the levels in which I revealed it was the first, like, yes, you notice the fur and the very familiar. It's like, I don't believe you. And then I turned to Evan, I'm like, left-handed hummingbird, this is what you recall. I still don't believe that this is actually left-handed hummingbird. And then I took out a copy of his character sheet, which, mind you, I had ripped up. I had ripped it up in front of their faces, and I pull it and hand it to them, and the reaction from Evan, Dalton, and a few others was just, sustenance. That is the moments you live for as a DM, is when you can just do something like that and just sit back and be like, yeah, y'all gonna die. And the party then found through my ruse the fact that Strahd had charmed him. Tyler, that was going to be a nice plot thread that you just destroyed.
Greater risk for
Excuse you.
So good job
First
there.
of all.
Dang it, you just had to not do that. Would have been so much more interesting. Oh, it's okay, but now I get to do whatever I want to Jorgen.
Yeah.
The guy who's actually could kill the whole party.
I'm pretty sure I know what you did.
No, you don't. So anyway, yeah, that's a favorite moment of mine. Sorry, I got a little dark there, but as a creative person, when you can be creative and like people like have a very fun visceral reaction to that. So like people keep telling me that they enjoy behind the scenes, and I'm like, good. I feels like no one does, so I'm glad that you're telling me face to face that you do. Yeah. So anyway, any last memories, any feelings?
I have a very specific memory. It is one of my favorites. It's probably not up in the high ones.
Go on ahead.
I was in 8th grade.
Ooh.
I was dating a girl named Summer, which is really weird. The first summer that I dated.
Oh, that's funny.
It is, yeah.
It's like
I date one.
It's like how our friend Lewis dated a girl named Jessica, and then they broke up,
And then
only
they
to
got
then date another girl named Jessica.
Yeah. But anyway, so it was summer. It was the summer between 8th grade and 9th grade. My best friend at the time, Andrew, I and Summer, we all played Minecraft. And I took 2 weeks to go stay at my grandmother's house. Just because, it's summer vacation. I have the opportunity to go stay with my grandmother. I'm going to do it. Well, she went, she had to do some church stuff. And so I was just stuck at the house alone. And I texted both of them like, hey, let's go start up a Minecraft server on our own. And I remember we spent probably 4 of the days that I was there just playing Minecraft in that world. And it was so much. It was just building, and it was just us 3. Building a world, just us 3. Oh, it was great.
Oh yeah. No, that's Minecraft. It can suck your time very quickly.
Oh yeah.
The game is very therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
Like the music and
I'm
everything.
aware. It's been doing that.
Yeah.
Except
It's
Detroit
very
was more interesting to me, but now I'm done with Detroit.
Are you really though?
No.
That's what I thought.
That was only one
playthrough.
Mhm.
Something like that.
You
Yep.
have to get the secret
You gotta get the
ending
different
that.
outcomes, Tyler.
You gotta get the secret ending that actually starts making you play Heavy Rain.
I've played Fahrenheit. I haven't played Heavy Rain all the way through, but played Fahrenheit, the original like Indigo Prophecy. I think
Yeah,
that's
that
what it
was
was
it.
called when I got it. Played through all that, and I've also played Beyond Two Souls. Heavy Rain's actually now the only game by David Cage that I haven't finished.
Yes, give
That's
them more of their
unfortunate.
money.
It's the unfortunate thing about that game is that I already know
You know
Everything.
like the biggest twist. I don't know everything, but I know like the biggest twist in that
Yeah,
game,
but
which
then-
really kills it for that game.
It can.
Unfortunately.
It
No,
can.
it does.
The twist where Han Solo dies.
Yeah, exactly.
Spoilers. I'm not caught up with Star Trek yet.
What?
Hold
How?
on.
You know the popular show Star Trek way more popular than Star Wars ever. Well, no.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
joke.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did good.
It might,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it might become so, you know.
Yeah, it depends on how episode 9 does. So here's my quick prediction on episode 9. It's gonna be controversial. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching.
That's like saying the sky is blue.
Super
That's like
general.
No. That's like saying a new Star Wars movie is about to come out.
Mhm.
Literally, all of them
Same
have been.
sentence, yeah.
Every single one of them have been controversial in some way, shape, or form. All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching the podcast. Reminder: you can always leave comments, like the video, and please subscribe. We would like to get to our first goal is to get to 100 subscribers, so we can have a custom URL. Ooh. And then, of course, after that, 1,000, so we can start making that sweet, sweet YouTube money. All
That-
2
that
cents of it.
AdSense, yeah.
All 2 cents of it.
Yeah.
Literal
So
sense.
yes, please that.
Monetization.
Also, make sure to check out our audio podcast in case you want to watch more, even though you could just watch YouTube videos, but I don't know. You do you, man.
I mean, I pay for premium. I can just listen to YouTube videos, but
Yeah.
I'm entitled to so.
Same.
You are welcome to leave your favorite memory in the comments below.
Yeah.
Until the next time, whenever, if that's the previous one or the next, whenever I decide to release these things.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I have been Frank Joseph Hall.
I've been Zachary Richard Dunkerton.
Hey, Tyler D. Spence.
I have been Jeffrey Todd Bassett II.
We're going to go full names?
Oh, yeah.
The third.
That's it.